Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. So if y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. You sitting on the couch anyhow. What you gonna do it today? You gonna do it tomorrow? I forgot how the commercial go, but do it right now. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to a channel that's consistent. That's gonna have you laugh. That's gonna have you smile. That's gonna have you, just do it right now. Subscribe to your girl. Give your girl a thumbs up. Comment down below. Also, go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. My Instagram, Vivalayoshii, listed down below. My TikTok at LifeWithSymone, and my Twitter. Y'all, I finally feel... at first, I didn't want to get my Twitter out, but go ahead, follow me too there at LifeWithSymone with... I think it has 2 E's on my Twitter. But yeah, it'll be listed down below. So let's go ahead and get straight into this video. Y'all... I don't know what the title is, but y'all, this girl, it's about this girl, and I'm not mad, but the situation, this was recent. This story is very much recent, and it's just sad because I'm not sad, but it's sad because it's like, damn, Symone, why do you keep letting these people do stuff like this? But let's go ahead and get straight into it. So y'all know when you being petty with your friends and stuff like that, and you post stuff like on Instagram. Probably y'all don't. Y'all probably gonna be like, no, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if I was being petty or no. I think it was like at this time, like, I don't know. Like, I was in a relationship. People wasn't inviting me out like that. Like, I don't know. People just felt like, oh, you in a relationship, you can't get invited no more. And it's like, bitch, invite me. But anyway, so people wasn't really inviting me out and stuff like that. So anyway, I had put something on Twitter. I mean, put something on Instagram, probably like on my story, like something like, I need more friends or something like that. Or I need people, something like, nobody invite me nowhere no more or some shit. I don't know. It was some fucking pick me ass status I done put. So anyway, I put something like that. And this girl, we've been following each other for a long time. We're going to give her the name Yuzi. Not Uzi, but Yuzi, because she was a user. So Yuzi ended up hitting me up. But we've been following each other for a long time. We used to react to each other's stories, like each other's pictures. But she wouldn't really like my pictures like that now that I'm thinking about it. And I was probably the one react. She would react to my story and stuff, but she wasn't really liking my picture. And I don't know, I'm going to go there, but it kind of gave me vibes. Y'all ever felt like it was somebody who want to fuck with you or fuck with you, but they can't because somebody else don't fuck with you? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because, y'all, believe it or not, your girl got a lot of people who don't like her. I got a lot of people who don't like me, and it was a lot of people who didn't like me that would try to recruit other people, like, yes, come on, recruit. And only how I would know this is because the other people would hit me up like, oh, so and so said you said this, and they'd be like, I don't even know you, why would I say this about you? Like, and then, or when they fall out, then they'll come tell me like, oh yeah, she was making a group like, it's just wild, y'all. It's crazy. It's still people to this day I don't even speak to. They got beef with me, but they got beef with me and then what they sell, because I ain't beefing with nobody. Bitch, you beefing with yourself. Anyway, yeah, so it was weird about that, because I'm like, she don't comment on she don't like my pictures or nothing, but she'll react to she's in my DM a lot. So I was like, whatever. I just figured that she was one of them. So one day, when I put that, she was like, oh, we need to link one day, like we need to hang out. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down, just let me know. I always say that. So, but I'll be serious, y'all. So I said that or whatever, and she was just like, okay, cool, like, so then that happened. So one day I'm posting a video, like I would post videos like if I'm driving, like I would post like the music, like I'm driving, the song I'm listening to and stuff like that. So I posted a video and it was like me listening to a song driving, right? She reacted to the story and she was all like, let's link, like put it like a long link. So I'm like, yeah, like what's up, like, but mind you, that day I couldn't link because I was doing something. I probably wasn't doing nothing, but I'm not really a last minute person. It really depends on a lot for me to do stuff last minute, but I'm not really a last minute person. Like, I need time to get myself mentally together or something. I don't know. So anyway, so she was like, let's link or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, well, right now I'm doing something. I'm like, but tomorrow if you're not busy, we could link. So she like, cool. She was like, we could go eat or something. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. She was like, you ever been to Barry's? And Barry's is well, it's not a pizza place. They sell other shit too. But a lot of people go there for their lobster pizza, and it's in Beverly Hills. So I'm like, yeah, I've been to Barry's before. She was like, okay, well, I want to go. Like, I haven't been there in a minute. Like, we should go. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, tomorrow. She's like, okay, cool. Like, I'll be ready. She was like, around this time is cool. And then she was just telling me like, oh, like what area she live in and stuff like that. And she was like, can you come get me? Like, do you drive? Because my car's in the shop right now. And it's like, girl, what do you mean can I drive? You replied to a story of me driving. Like, nah, I don't drive. I'm in an Uber and I'll be telling him scoot over so I could record, making it look like I'm driving when the Uber driver's driving. Like, I drive. You clearly see that. So I was just like, yeah, I drive. Like, I'll come pick you up, whatever. So she like, okay, cool. Cool. She didn't give me her number, and I didn't give her mine either because she didn't give me hers. I was like, whatever. So anyway, so that goes, and I'm like, all right, I mentally prepare myself to hang out with this girl, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go pick her up. So I hit her up. I'm like, oh, I'm about to come get you or whatever. And I end up, she didn't live too far from my grandma's house. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was in that area anyway. So I went to go pick her up. When I picked her up, she took a long time to come outside, and I was so annoyed, kind of, not so annoyed, but because the type of like, okay, it was like a lot going on her street. Like, it was a small street, and it was like the ice cream truck right here, cars trying to get by, ain't nowhere to park. I'm sitting here, hazards on, people honking. It's like too much going on. People looking at the car like, who is this? It was just a lot going on, like a lot going on. Dogs underneath my car, like it was a lot going on. So I'm just like, whatever. So she ended up finally coming outside. And it's like, you don't do that when it's first time linking. Like, some of my homegirls be doing that. Like, I be having me sitting outside their house forever. It's like some homegirls I know to where I was shit. I'll park, put my seat back, and be like, you know, just like, I know this finna take a minute. So I'm like, you know, when this first time linking, it's like, you supposed to have a little courtesy, boo. But anyway, so she ended up coming outside. When she get in the car, I'm like, okay, hey, like, hey girl. She like, hey girl, you cute. You know, we do the little exchange, hey, whatever. So she like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, we going to Berry's, right? You know, just want to confirm because maybe she changed her mind. I really could care less where we go. I really, you know, I mean, the lobster pizza is cool, but I mean, it's not like I'm really too pressed to go there. Like, we could have went anywhere. So she like, oh yeah, we still going. She was like, but girl, they drinks be high as fuck and they don't be having no Hennessy. She was like, so could we go by the liquor store? Like, you want a pregame? And I'm just thinking like, okay, sure, that's fine. But pregame to go to a restaurant, we're not going to a club. But I'm just like, hey, whatever. So I'm like, all right, so I'm pulling up to a liquor store. Mind you, this bitch is letting me pull up to this fucking liquor store, and then when I get to the liquor store, that's when she want to finally say, oh no, boo, not this liquor store, it's this other liquor store could we go to, because girl, I be getting the plug on bottles and shit there, my bottle plug be there and all this other shit, and I want to get some weed, and you know, he did everything. Why the fuck didn't you say that when I pulled off from your house? So that was already like, this bitch got me driving around. No, I'm just kidding, but no. So I was just like, whatever. So we end up going to the liquor store, whatever. It's cool. We talking, we laughing, we in the car, we just really vibing, talking. So we pull up to the store, and I'm sitting in the car, you know, because she sent us her bottle plug. So what? And it's like, you wanted to get a bottle, like, so I asked her, I'm like, oh, how much is it? Like, you know, like, I'm still gonna like go in, even though I could care less. I'm not a big Hennessy drinker. Like, I'll drink it, but that's not my go-to drink. So she was like, oh no, girl, no, like, it's cool, get out. She was like, girl, they love seeing pretty girls, like, you gotta get out the car, they gonna be all on you, like, get out the car. Mind you, again, I was in a relationship at this time, but you know, like, I'm a grown woman, and I'm a person, I know how to tell a person no, you know, whatever. I'm the type of friend, like, okay, never mind, we'll get there. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm like, all right, so we get out the car, and when we get out the car, it's like a little liquor store or whatever, but the liquor store was ghetto as hell. It was a liquor store with a man in the back corner section with as a fake dispensary, as a fake medical shop. So I'm just like, this is weird, but whatever. So she go back there to him, and she's just like, oh, what's up? He like, oh, what's up? Like, okay, who is this? And she like, that's my girl Symone, whatever. So I'm like, hey, and he like, oh, okay, da. So when we first walked by his little corner back area, like, it was a little, by where he was at, it was kind of not too far from the back door, like, we could go in the back where it have all the, like, I guess extra stuff they could bring out on the floor. So it was not too far right there, but they had like a little setup, like a little counter, everything. Like, it was cool, but it was I wasn't expecting that to be in the liquor store. So when we go up in there, it was a girl that was right there, and we're gonna call this girl Rooster because Rooster was in the store. The reason why we're calling her Rooster is because y'all know how the roosters be having a little red gobble thing. She didn't have that, but she had this little red paintbrush ponytail that was really throwing me off, because I was so confusion about that. And I don't care if somebody get mad in the comments and say confusion. Yeah, bitch, confusion. So anyway, so she ended up, when we walked up, she was just like, oh, hey, like, you know, like, and I'm just like, smile, like, and then the girl was just like, what's up to her, and then the girl went to the back, like, hurried up and went to the back. So like, when she went to the back, it's like she was like getting ready to leave, like, she started gathering her stuff, kind of like if we came to like relieve her, like if we came to work and she was gonna go home for the day. So I was just like, you know, I wasn't paying no mind. She talking to the boy. She like, yeah, can you give me a bottle? We trying to get some Hennessy. We finna turn up. We finna go get some food and shit like that. We just, you know, we own whatever is popping tonight. We about to be in traffic. Bitch, who finna be in traffic? Because mind y'all, she didn't, I mean, I didn't never charge her gas money. I really don't even know the last time I charged somebody gas money. I really don't know. Like, the only time I'm probably gonna charge somebody gas money is if you call me and be like, hey, can you take me to the valley or something. If you're asking me to do you a favor and it's doing something that I would not be doing, like if say I'm laying down and you call me and be like, hey, can you take me here? And it really depends on who you are though, because if you're like my sister or somebody like my mom, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I need my money, like, you know, it's different. It really depends. But I really don't know the last time I charged somebody gas money. I don't know why. Like, I just be, even though gas is high as hell, I be probably feeling like if we're going to the same location, like, even though I wouldn't have went there without her, because why would I just be there anyway, so we're gonna be in traffic. Bitch, who gonna be in traffic? And it's not like she ever offered. Like, some people could offer gas money, and it really depends on the day. But I'll be like, no, it's cool. But it really depends. It really depends. But anyway, let's finish. So yeah, so she like, we're gonna be in traffic. So he like, okay, cool. So y'all trying to get a bottle? Y'all trying to go in on a bottle? Y'all trying to drink with me? What? So she like, it's whatever, like, you gonna get us a bottle? So she looking at me like, and she just kept doing this to me, like tapping my leg, like she said some exciting shit. Like, bro, why do we need a drink with this nigga? Like, we could get a little Hennessy bottle. It's not that deep. Like, it's not that much. It's Hennessy. So he like, okay, well, y'all could go get us a bottle and then we could drink. And she was like, stop playing. Like, I thought you was gonna get a bottle. He was like, why would I get a bottle? Like, and he like, you the one want to drink. And she like, oh, I thought like you wanted to get a bottle. I thought you wanted to smoke with me. You said you want to smoke. I was gonna see if you could give me some weed to go, and then like, you know, like we could smoke and I could finish the blunt off when I go, like, you know, whatever. And he was just like, nah, you got to buy some. You got to buy some. If you want a bottle, go in the liquor store and buy one. Like, we're not already in the liquor store. Like, bro, we're in the back of the liquor store. Yeah, so I'm like, you know, at this point I'm just like, I should have got a snack before I came, because clearly, it don't seem like we're going to go eat. But anyway, so then finally the other girl, Rooster, she come back from the back and she like, y'all ready? And I'm just looking like, who the hell is she talking to? It was y'all ready. Because mind you, Yuzi said that it was just gonna be me and her. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have had a problem. She would have been like, oh, like my friend coming, or my girl, my whoever the fuck. I wouldn't have had a problem with that, you know, like, but you could just make that clear. Like, you could say that, because probably if I knew you was bringing somebody, I would probably bring somebody, like, you know, because I don't know y'all shit. Even though you probably think like, bitch, then why you link with them shit? I don't know, like, you know. So I'm just like, whatever. So she like, y'all ready? So she was like, oh, okay. So then she looked at me. She's like, Symone, come, my girl come. Her name Rooster, whatever. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't mind, you know, because I really didn't mind or whatever. But it's just the fact that like, you could have said that. So she was like, oh, okay. So then she was like, so you not gonna smoke with us? And he just like, nah, like, unless you finna buy some weed and we smoke, but I ain't finna just smoke with y'all. Like, I'm at work. I'm trying to hustle. I'm hustling. She's like, well, you ain't gonna give me no bottle. So he like, no. So then she was like, oh, okay, whatever. So then she was like, you want to just get these little shots? You know how they be selling the shots and shit. And I really wasn't pressed to be drinking, because mind you, I'm gonna be the ones driving. We about to be in Beverly Hills. I'm not trying to be doing all of that. I'm a lightweight, y'all. Like, so I'm not trying to get drunk now and then most likely order a drink there, and then, you know, I'm not trying to do all of that because I'm the driver. This is my car. Like, no. So I'm just like, I'm not really tripping. She's like, all right, I'm about to give me a little shot. So she get her shot, Rooster get her shot, we get in the car. So then I'm like, all right, you got anywhere else you want to go? Like, not even being on a funny shit, but I'm for real. Like, do you have somewhere else that you want to go to? Because clearly you gonna let me drive somewhere and then be like, hey, can you take me to my mama house? Like, something, I don't fucking know. So, sorry, y'all. So she like, nah, we could go to Barry's, we go to Barry's. So when Rooster get in the car, her whole mood changed. Like, mind you, when we was in the car, like, we talking, laughing and stuff, she started being different. Like, she started being real different. Like, I'm like talking to her and then she was being standoffish and shit. Like, so I'm just thinking like, who the fuck is this Rooster bitch to where you need to act like you don't fuck with me when she right here? Even though we don't know each other like that to say you fuck with me or not, but you literally was just cool a few minutes ago and it's like, bitch, y'all in my car. But she was just like, oh, like barely talking and shit, and she just thought, my bad, I'm arguing with somebody. Mind you, she's like this, scrolling. She's literally scrolling on Instagram. Like, you're not arguing with nobody, but whatever. What, to each his own. Maybe they argue in her head. Maybe she has like demons in her head that she's fighting. She's arguing with them. I don't know. Imaginary friends in the car. Who knows? I don't fucking know. So I'm like, whatever. So I just turn my music up. So we finally get to Barry's, y'all. When we get to Barry's, they like, oh, let's get a lobster pizza. Like, let's go all in on a lobster pizza. So I'm like, whatever. Boom, because that was what we was gonna do anyway. So we get the pizza or whatever, and then when I ordered a drink, because the people's like, do you want to get something to drink? So I ordered a drink and she was like, girl, why you didn't just get a shot? They drinks is high as hell here. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool though, because I wasn't trying to just drink nothing straight. Like, I know this shit probably not even finna be strong, get that. She was like, girl, no, we could go to the liquor store and you could get you a shot or one of them little mixed drinks, you know, talking about like the I was gonna say Mad Dog 2020. I don't fucking know. You know those things they be selling, y'all know. So I'm just like, it's okay. Like, mind you, it's not like I said, girl, you're covering whatever I get. Like, the fuck? So she just like, yeah, girl, no. Do you see how much that is? Sir, how much is it? And he was like, it's this much. For one, that's already embarrassing. Don't go nowhere that you cannot afford if you're gonna be acting like that. Like, automatically, if you go to a certain type of place with certain amount of dollar signs on the fucking Google or wherever you go, if you know you cannot afford stuff, if you know that something you may look like, oh my god, I cannot get nothing from here, this shit is high, do not even step foot in there. What is your point? Because now this is embarrassing. Like, girl, why'd you come here? Why'd you come here? And why are you worried about my pockets? Like, I ain't never asked you for $1. I ain't even asked you for gas. You know, even though you took us out of the way to go to your homeboy's liquor store to get no bottle just to pick up this bitch Rooster. But anyway, so Rooster not saying nothing, whatever, and she just was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, yeah, I want to get the drink. Like, the fuck? So she's like, girl, that's crazy. Like, they be high as hell. You must got money or something. Y'all, what I mean to tell y'all, the drink probably was like $12. It's not that deep. Like, that'd be the same amount as the club. Like, it's not that fucking deep. Like, it's not that serious. It's not like I bought a $40 drink with some fake gold petals in it. Like, it's not that serious. And it's my money if I was to have done that. So I'm just like, girl, no, it's only $12. And she's like, $12? That could have been a shot. You'd have been more drunk with straight alcohol. Like, that's gonna be watered down. So already that was just like, I'm confused of why you feel like you need to lecture me on me spending my own money at a restaurant that you chose to come to. Anyway, so then Rooster was just like, I wish I could get a drink, girl. I wish I could get a drink. So I'm like, you ain't got your ID? And she like, girl, I do got my ID. I'm like, you're not 21? Like, you're not over 21? She like, girl, I am. And I'm like, why you can't get a drink? Like, you know, why you can't get a drink? And she was like, girl, because that shit is high as fuck. Again, we could have went to Chili's. I would have been perfectly fine with that. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Chili's drinks be strong as a motherfucker too. I would have been fine with us going to Chili's, going to somewhere that y'all could afford to get stuff that y'all want to get. So that y'all not looking at me like, oh, why are you getting this when we can't even afford it? Because that's not my fucking issue. Like, that's weird, you know? Like, so whatever. So after we left Barry's, she was just like, oh, okay, like, what's finna go, like, what we finna do. So my homegirl ended up hitting me up and was like, hey, I'm having like a little not a kickback, but a lot of people was up at her house, they was listening to music and shit like that. So I'm like, hey, do you want to come with me to my homegirl house? And then she was just like, oh, okay, it's cool. Like, so I showed her my homegirl, whatever. I'm like, do you know her? Like, you know, just because it's small world, small LA, all these niggas fuck everybody. So you want to be sure you're not bringing somebody to somebody's house that knows somebody that don't get along with somebody. You know, you want to be sure, because my homegirl was like, yeah, bring them, they cool. My homegirl, she like, yeah, bring them, it's cool, you know, bring them. Because I sent her page and I'm like, her homegirl, this is her name, but you know, she like, oh yeah, the girl she telling me like Yuzi, she like, yeah, I know Yuzi, like I know her, we used to hang out, like she's cool, you could bring her. She's like, I don't know her friend, but she could come too, like she's cool. So I'm like, okay. So I'm telling her, I'm like, oh, she said she used to hang out with you, like y'all cool. And she was just like, oh yeah, like we could go over there. So we get to her house and it's just like a little smoke session, everybody chilling, drinking, stuff like that. We just chilling or whatever in the backyard. So when we was there, her, Yuzi and my friend, they talking, whatever. And then next thing you know, like Yuzi, she was just being weird, like standoffish. Like Rooster, she's just having a good ass time. She turned up, she's socializing with everybody and shit like that. And I'm just like, what's up on Yuzi? So I end up, because mind you, they came with me, so you know, I want people to feel as comfortable as possible, especially if y'all came with me, I'm your ride. So I went over to her, I'm like, hey Yuzi, I'm like, you good? She was like, a little bit, like, you know. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I really just don't want to be here, like, I'm sorry, I just don't want to be here, like I thought I did, but I don't. So I'm like, okay, like we could leave, like if you don't feel comfortable, like we could go. And she was like, yeah, like, yeah, let's just go, like let's go. So I'm like, all right. So then Rooster like, oh, like why we leaving? So I just like made up something and was like, oh, I gotta go to work early in the morning, because my friend was like, why are you leaving? I'm like, I just gotta go to work early, because I didn't want to tell her and start some shit, like, you know, I don't know what's going on between them. Like, so when we get in the car, usually like, oh, I don't fuck with that bitch is a weirdo, that bitch was fucking my baby daddy, that's why we stopped hanging out. Question. So I said, girl, why you didn't say that when I asked you, did you want to come? She was just like, because mind you, we didn't have to go there. I could have dropped them off to wherever the hell they was going to, and I could have went home. So she's like, oh, because I just didn't want to seem like that person, like it's our first time linking, and I didn't want to seem like drama this or anything like that, because you cool and I really want to fuck with you again, like, you know, I didn't want to seem like weird, you know? So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, but you could have just said you didn't want to go, like you want to go home. I wouldn't have tripped about that. I'm like, I don't want to put nobody in no situation where they feel uncomfortable, because I've been put in situations where I felt uncomfortable, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all about those in another story time. But anyway, with female friends, yeah, so I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, so she like, oh no, I just didn't want to do that. So I'm like, all right, no, it's cool. So mind y'all, after the whole her trying to debate on what I should spend my money on at Barry's, like, other than that, she was cool. Like, we did vibe, we did have a good time. So I ended up dropping them off at her house, and then I ended up going home, right? So then let's say like 2 days passed by. It wasn't even that much time later. 2 days passed by, and she was just like, what you doing, girl? Like, what you doing? Let's link, like, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, sure. She was just like, yeah, this boy I fuck with is having a party at an Airbnb, and it's gonna be lit, like, we should go. So I'm like, okay, like, let's go. So I end up pulling up to get her again. So she was all like, yeah, my car is still in the shop. She pulling these nigga lines like, girl, you don't have a car, just say that. It's not that deep. I'm not judging you. So she like, my car's still in the shop, like, you know, so do you mind driving? So I'm like, yeah, I don't mind, like, you know, whatever. Well, no, I don't mind, you know, so I'm like, whatever. So she like, okay. So I end up going to pick her up. When I came to her house, cause mind you, I'm like, mind you, how you know I didn't have people in my car? When I get to her house, it's her, Rooster, and 2 niggas come outside. So it's usually Rooster and 2 niggas. They come outside. I'm like, the fuck? What the fuck, you know? And at this point, I should have known that none of these people had cars, and clearly that's why they was using me, because of course you invited me last minute. Even though I'm not a last minute person, I just had nothing else to do, like, and I was just in the house. I had got dressed and I was just taking pictures. So I was just like, okay, whatever, you know. But clearly you invited me at the last minute because y'all had no way there. So when they get in the car, they like, oh, what's up? I'm like, oh, hey, like, hey, or whatever like that. So they like, yeah, so we going to the homie house, right? So mind you, she said her homie was having a party at an Airbnb. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe they calling the Airbnb his house, you know, because he paid for it. He paid for it for the night. So I'm like, okay, like, where is it at? So they like in the hood. So I'm like, okay, like, oh, where's that at? Like, you know, where's the hood? Like, where are we going? So they're like, okay, it's in the hood. So they gave me an address. It was in Compton. At this point, I'm not saying nobody got Airbnbs in Compton, but it's just crazy that you would get an Airbnb in Compton. Like, wouldn't you just do it at your damn house if you live in Compton? Why would you? I don't know. Let me stop, because let me shut up. But anyway, so they give me the address. We pull up. They like, oh, it's the hood. Mind y'all, she usually was, I don't know, was she a gangbanger or she just was a hanger outer? I don't fucking know. So anyway, so we pull up. We at this fake Airbnb. It's not an Airbnb. It was clear as day. It's a house. Like, you got pictures of babies on the fucking, pictures of him and his babies on the fucking things, on the fucking, y'all know what I mean. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm like, girl, this the party, or are we going to an Airbnb too? So she like, oh, no, this the party. She was like, he couldn't get the Airbnb, so we just having it at his house. Like, you know, we good, we in the hood, it's cool over here, like, it's cool. Because I'm like, girl, just want to make sure, because, you know, like, I want to be sure, whatever. And then it's crazy because the house was like not too far from my my people, my dad's side and my family house or whatever. So, but yeah, so she was like, yeah, no, we good over here. So I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I'm just thinking like, ooh, hopefully I don't see like none of my family and stuff, because I don't know if these the same hoods. Like, we literally like around the corner, but I don't know if it's like whatever. So we chilling, we there, it's cool, you know. Rooster, she just lit. She like, bitch, turn up, because when we get there, mind y'all, the whole car right there, they all talking like how cool's gonna be, all laughing and joking and stuff. Usually was cool in the car, but when we get there, usually start acting different again. Like, she start acting weird. Like, I understand you want to socialize with your people and shit like that, but I'm not about to be the person that's about to be looking like your fucking lost puppy standing side by side while you following around. Like, I'm not about to do that. So I ended up sitting down, and Rooster was like, come on, bitch, let's turn up, like, with me. So me and Rooster, we turned up, we dancing and stuff like that. They keep trying to get me to drink all these mysterious drinks they coming out the kitchen with, and I'm just like, I'm good, because again, No, like, you know, I don't know who made this drink. I don't know what they put in there. Y'all might be having some type of freaky fun and think, hey, let's put Molly up in the drinks and then put them in their booties. Like, y'all not gonna do that to me, not tonight, not any other night either. But yeah, so I was just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, you know, I'm good. Only time I did drink is if I was right there and I watched somebody pop the bottle open and pour that shit in the cup, or if I poured it my damn self. Like, other than that, you're not finna go in the kitchen, come back with some jungle juice and have me doing the freak-a-link all on the fucking ceiling. Like, that ain't what's finna go down. Not here, not in Compton, not tonight. Not with y'all. Because I might just maybe, but not with y'all. But no, look, so anyway. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we there, it's cool. She just was like really like acting weird. Like, you know, like I'm quick to pull out my phone and record myself. But sometimes if I notice I'm recording myself like on like video, making a video of myself, if I notice that somebody is staring at me that I'm with, if I notice you're staring and like, not staring at me, but like if I notice you're turned up too, like I'll turn the camera on you. Like, you know, we together, like what's the issue? So I'm like turning the camera like, you know, a little bit, and she's acting weird, like Uzi like acting weird. So I'm thinking again, like thinking to myself, like, who is whoever the person that she fuck with that don't fuck with me, that she gotta act like she don't fuck with me, because this bitch is being weird. Like, so to me, I was already like, but I'm having a good time with a rooster old chicken head ass, so I'm not even tripping. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. And no offense to anybody that's a chicken head, because y'all, my hair is not the longest. But anyway. So yeah, I'm just having a good time with Rooster or whatever. So I'm not even really tripping. I just was like, yeah, I ain't finna keep trying to put this bitch in my camera because this bitch is weird. Like, you're being weird. So anyway, so then she just ended up coming over, like, then she's like recording us, like, ooh, like recording. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping, because sometimes I be tripping. I be having to ask my sister, like, girl, am I tripping? But, you know, she always tell me I am. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe she just didn't want to be in the video at that time because she looked crazy. But I'm still not about to put you in my camera. Like, I'm not no groupie ass bitch. I'm not no fucking puppy hoe. I ain't finna be doing all of that. It ain't that deep. I just was turning up. You was turning up next to me. I put you in my fucking camera. Like, it's not that serious. So yeah, so we having fun, whatever. So the boys, they like, oh, okay, y'all staying the night? Like, y'all gonna come back to the crib and stay the night? I'm like, no. Like, you know, I'm like, so is y'all going back to her house afterwards, or where's y'all gonna go? Like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out destinations that I'm going to, because clearly I'm dropping y'all off. So they like, oh, we thought y'all was gonna spend the night at the crib. Like, we thought y'all was gonna spend the night. So I'm like, no, like, we're not spending the night. He was like, oh, okay, like, well, I guess you could drop her. Uzi and Rooster is gonna come with us. So she was like, yeah, we gonna come. She was like, so you don't want to spend the night? Like, you drunk, baby, you drunk. You need to just spend the night too. Like, you need to just spend the night too. It's cool. Like, they cool. These the homies. They from the hood. Like, they cool. I'm just like, no, like, you know, it's cool. I'm not about to spend the night with y'all. Mind y'all, relationship. And I know y'all probably thinking like, girl, where the fuck was your man at? We was in a long distance relationship, okay? Whatever. So anyway, so I'm just like, nah, like, I'm cool or whatever. So she like, oh, okay, whatever. So at the end of the night, we end up going to get some tacos. You know, we having a good ass time, laughing, joking, everything cool. I dropped them off. So after, she was like hitting me up the whole night. Like, we're just like talking on Instagram, because mind you, we never exchanged phone numbers. We're talking on Instagram, and she was just like, girl, oh my God, I had so much fun. And we're just laughing about like certain stuff, even though it's like, bitch, we was barely hanging out. I was hanging out with Rooster, but you know, we laughing, joking, stuff like that. And she was just like talking shit about Rooster too. That's when I should have known that she was weird, because she's like hitting me up on Instagram, and she's like, girl, did you see what the fuck Rooster had on? Like, that bitch is really cannot dress, lol. But I was like, ignore that, like, because I'm not about to sit here and talk bad about this girl, because I was hanging out with her. Like, she was cool. You know, she was cool. And Rooster was recording me a lot too. That's something I forgot to mention, but yeah, because we're gonna get there. So Rooster was recording me a lot. Like, a lot. Mind you, I don't have Rooster on social media, right? I don't have her on social media. But let's get there. And mind y'all, so when I was posting my videos, I had never posted no videos with them on Instagram or nothing like that. Like, but I was recording. But you know, some videos don't make it, you know. All right, so anyway, so she was telling me, she was like, yeah, these out of town niggas that she fuck with, I think they was from Texas or something like that. She was like, they coming out here. She was like, girl, they got money. Yeah, they finna get an Airbnb. Are they really gonna get an Airbnb, boo? Are they really gonna get an Airbnb? Or is we gonna be at the ranch in Compton rattling up the horses? It's really a ranch in Compton. But anyway, y'all, so I'm like, and no offense to nobody that live there, y'all. I ain't never been there, so it looked really nice. But anyway, okay, look, anyway. So yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, they're gonna get an Airbnb. Mind y'all, I know y'all probably thinking, bitch, you're in a relationship. Why you worried about niggas with money? I'm not. Like, it's just that she was saying they was gonna have a party. It was gonna be all this shit going on. Like, it was gonna be cool. It was gonna be lit and all this other stuff. And a lot of people, when they come out here, they be getting Airbnbs like Beverly Hills or like Hollywood Hills and shit like that. So she was like, it's gonna be in the valley, or like, you know, they'll go like to like the valley-ish areas or whatever, like stuff like that. So she was like, yeah, it's gonna be in the hills. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So she was like, yeah, it's gonna be on this day, like we about to look cute as fuck, girl, mind you, da 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 da. So she like, I'm gonna wear heels, I'm about to look cute, we about to look cute. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, I like when people tell you, you know, the idea of how to dress. So y'all, when it came down to this day, she hitting me up, she sending me pictures like, girl, which shoes to go with this outfit, all these heel outfits, all these outfits, y'all, all these outfits, like dresses and like really cute stuff. And she was just like, yeah, because they rap and stuff like that, and they be recording. I'm not trying to be on no famous nigga videos, like in they background of their videos looking raggedy, like, you know, we gotta look good. And I'm just thinking like, girl, why are you telling me like if I be coming looking dusty, bitch? Because not even gonna lie, not even gonna go there, but anyway. So yeah, but no, I like that she was telling me the vibe of how we're gonna be dressing. So this is when, y'all, this is when. So anyway, so I'm like, all right. So I sent her a picture of an outfit. I'm like, is this doing too much, or should I do this one, like, you know, to like not do too much but still be cute and sexy with the heels, like, or should I do this one? I'm sending her pictures too. So she like, do too much, bitch, do too much, do that one, that's cute as fuck, that's cute, da 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 da. She like, I know you got a man, but you know, they be they might want us to be in their music videos, and you know, they pay for stuff like that, like, and we want to look cute, like we want to look good, da 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 da. So I'm like, all right, whatever, boom. Y'all, when it came down to it, so I hit her up. I'm like, I'm gonna come pick you up. So she like, all right, this day she taking forever to come downstairs again. But mind y'all, up front she told me Rooster was coming. She told me Rooster, just Rooster, right? Up front. So she taking forever to come outside. And I'm not tripping. I'm just like, whatever. I'm talking to my sister like, yeah, girl, like we gonna go to the Hollywood Hills. We're going to this little party thing, whatever, and all this other stuff. So man, she come outside, it's her and Rooster. Why they are dressed with tennis shoes on, they got sneakers on, they got fucking sneakers on, and they got little purses. So I'm just like, where the clothes? Why do you got me in fucking heels, bitch? Like, it's like, I don't want to be looking like, why did she come dressed like this? Like, why are you doing too much at this? Like, doing too much. Like, I don't know. It was just giving me like I didn't want to get, she told me they rap or whatever. I never asked who these niggas was because I could care less. But I didn't want to give groupie vibes like, bitch, you're doing the most. Why did you come dressed like this when it's like everybody dressed like this? And especially like if everybody I'm with got sneakers on and I'm over here with heels on. Like, why would you? So when she got in the car, I immediately said something. So I'm like, Yuzi, where's your heels at? Where's that outfit you sent me? Where's the dress? Where's this? She was like, oh girl, yeah, I was meaning to tell you. She was like, but it slipped my mind. She was like, I was viewing a story like an hour ago. Mind you, it didn't take me no hour to get to your house. You could have told me that. She was like, I was doing a story like an hour ago. And she was like, everybody just dressed comfortable. Everybody dressed cool. So I'm like, girl, why you didn't tell me that? And she was like, oh, my bad, girl. Like, my bad. She was like, if you want to go back home and change, like, you could. She was like, but then again, you know, she like, then again, like, you know, I don't want to miss out on the party because they be moving location and they gonna go eat and we might miss out. Like, everybody might go to Bossa Nova. Like, you know, we might miss out. Like, so I don't know. She's like, but everybody, like, look. And she showed me the story, like, look. And it was some girls that was dressed up with like sandals and shit like that. Nobody had heels on. And at this time, I had just cleaned out my car. I didn't have nothing in there, like no extra nothing. So I was so fucking irritated because I'm just like, bitch, you could have told me that. Like, so I'm just like, you know what, no, it's cool. Like, I look cute, I look good, I'm not tripping, whatever, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna just take some pictures, take advantage of the situation. It should have some nice background because the house looked the nicest fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna just take some pictures, shit, fuck it. So she like, oh, okay, like, whatever. So then she was all like, can we make one stop before we head that way? So I'm like, all right. And she was like, here, let me put the GPS in my phone. Like, so I'm like, what's the address? Like, I could put it in my phone. She like, I got it, I'm gonna just tell you which way to go. So she's telling me like directions where to go. We end up pulling up to this house and we sit outside the house and she like, come on, bitch, we outside. Come on, girl. Like, ha, 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 we outside, bitch. So this is the day that I got fed up, y'all. This is the day. So next thing you know, so this girl ended up coming outside. And mind you, this is when stuff started to kind of click to me, but not really. So y'all, back when I dated Enemy, remember I told y'all how I had all the enemies in the world because of Enemy. And Enemy had enemies too because, shit, he just wasn't a likable person. So okay, so the girl that came outside, I'm like looking, and I swear to this day, even to this day, just recently, it was a girl that like I got into it with before that I had recently seen, and so it take me a minute to register things because after I go through a situation, I push it out of my head, and I could forget a face, I could forget a person, like I could forget so much stuff about a person. I could really like erase you from my mind. Like I could remember the situation, but it really would be like it really depends. Like it really depends. If it wasn't that deep, then it really be like you know, like whatever. So the girl's walking, I'm just looking like, she looks so familiar. So when the name clicked to my head, but they never said a name, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see. Let's see what they introduced this girl as. She get in the car, and I'm like, hi, like, you know, she's like, hey. But it was, and she's like, hey, and then she laughed, and she's like, hey y'all, she just would not, then she just start laughing, like busting up laughing. And then Uzi is laughing, and I was gonna say Roscoe, Oyster, what the fuck was her name? Rooster. And then Rooster started laughing. They just dying laughing. They laugh and they laugh like, ah, like it was just the funniest thing. Like if somebody just came in the car and tell a joke, like Cat Williams and this motherfucker, he just said the craziest shit. Like they just dying laughing. They're dying laughing. Like they're dying laughing. So I'm just stalling like, and I'm like, what's funny? Because at this point, what's funny? Because I don't get what's funny. Like, why are y'all laughing? Like I said, hey, she said, hey, and then she said, hey, and started dying laughing. What's funny? Like, hey, what's funny? Like, what's funny? And mind you, the girl, she came outside, she had her tennis shoes on too. So anyway, so, she was like, oh, nothing, like, you know, nothing. We was just, it was like, nothing. Like, they couldn't even explain it. Like, that's how they really said it. Like, oh, it was just like they was finna say something and they stopped. So then she was like, this is, we're gonna give her a name. We're gonna give her, we can call her Bigfoot, because she has some, like, her feet was really big for, like, how, like, her height and everything. But anyway, so she was like, this is Bigfoot. So when she said the name, I'm like, it clicked. And I just thought about it, but then I didn't even say nothing. So y'all, Bigfoot, long time ago, it was this girl that was messing with Enemy, right? And bitches used to like to be bold, y'all. They used to be so bold. They'd come and be commenting, like, I used to be arguing with people on my Instagram pictures and shit like that. Like, they would be that bold and be, it'd be comments. People be reading, hitting me up like, girl, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, it used to be a fucking show. Like, and so one day I was arguing with this girl, and because she came to my post, so we was arguing that. Back then I used to give people the time and energy. Now I don't give people none of that shit. You say something to me crazy, you get in blocked, especially if I don't know you. The fuck I look like arguing with somebody I don't know? And yeah, so it was a girl, it was her homegirl, and Bigfoot was the homegirl. Bigfoot was the homegirl that was going in, saying all this shit, doing the most. It was Bigfoot. And I was just like, you know what? This was years ago. Let me just, whatever. Like, clearly she knew who was finna pick her up. You know who your friend was hanging out with. So then I'm thinking, like, is this the girl that she was acting weird towards? But then I asked her. So then I was like, I didn't even say nothing. And then I was like, a minute, I'm driving, because we start driving towards the Hollywood Hills, and then I just asked her, I said, I think I know you from somewhere. You know, like, we wasn't too far from her house. So at this point, if you feel some type of way, you could get let out and you could walk home, because I'm not going to take you back. So we wasn't too far, though. So I'm like, I think I know you from somewhere. And then she was like, me? And then they start laughing again. And I'm just like, yeah, you know me? Like, do you know me? And she was just like, girl, oh my god, like, let me just apologize about that. That was a long time ago. Like, that had nothing to do with me. I was just defending my friend, you know, like, it's no beef. Like, she was like, Uzi told me who was picking me up, like, who she been hanging out with, you know, and I told her, like, oh, you seem like a real sweet girl, nice girl, and I wanted to get on better terms with you, even though it was no beef, but it was still like, bitch, you was saying a whole bunch of shit. So she was like, yeah, but it was nothing like that. I was just defending my friend. You know, it's been times where I defended my friends without even no questions asked too. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she like, yeah. So I asked him, like, is that why y'all was laughing? Like, is that what y'all was laughing for? But I'm laughing saying it too, because I don't want to seem like too defensive and shit, like, you know. So I'm like, is that why y'all was laughing? So they like, no, we wasn't laughing because of that. And Uzi like, we was just laughing because, like, girl, no, it was not. It was nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, she really didn't explain what she was laughing about. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, okay, bitch, whatever. So anyway, so we in the car, they laughing. We all laughing and talking. Like, the whole vibe is cool. Like, it's cool. Everything is cool. Like, we get to the house. We pull up to this house, y'all. When we pull up, it's deep. Like, it's deep. Like, so when we first walked to the door, a nigga answered the door and he was like $20. Mind y'all, I don't have a problem with paying, but it's like, I thought these was your boys, girl. Like, I thought these was your dogs. Like, thought we was gonna be missing out on getting a free meal and all this other shit. Like, so anyway, so he like $20. So I start reaching my purse. She like, no, go get blah, blah, blah. Go get what's his name? Like, and he was like, yeah, like, he don't care who at the door, is $20. Like, you know, so she like, go get him, whatever. So it was a big thing. We standing right there. She hitting up people that's at the party, that's there. And just so happened, the two boys that came with us to the house party in Compton, they was there too. So she like, can you open the side gate and let us in through the back? Like, da-da-da-da. Like, you know, he just like, all right. So, y'all, so we end up getting in the house. We didn't end up paying. We in there and we just lit. Like, we cool. Like, we know, we just chilling, having a good time. So one of the boys that's like her rapper babe that just was gonna make her pay $20 to come to his Airbnb. So he walked over there. He like, okay, all right, everybody looking good. He was like, and she was like, what's up? Like, you know, just doing the whole little flirt laughing thing. And he was just like, what's your name? To me. So I'm like, Symone. And I look back at my phone, like, you know, I'm about to, you just told me this is the nigga you fuck. And yeah, so I'm not about to be all in nobody nigga's face. Like, that's out. Like, so I'm just, maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe he know these other people already, so he just asking who am I. So he like, okay, all right, you pretty, Symone. It really got awkward quiet. Like, I literally did not say shit. And then next thing you know, Uzi and Bigfoot, they just start talking to him like, oh, where blah blah blah, like they like da da da. So he like, oh, you know, it's like this, that, and the third. So Rooster like, come on, girl, let's go outside. Come on, girl, let's go outside. So I'm like, all right. So me and Rooster end up ducking off and going outside, and we just like taking pictures, y'all. I'm having Rooster take pictures of me. It's like this bitch is shaking the phone. It's like she was taking them like this. When I tell y'all all those pictures was blurry as fuck, it was a fucking waste of time. After a while, I'm just looking at them. I'll be like, Aaron, can you try again? Same results. One more time, same results. I was like, you know, it's cool. She like, girl, you got any you like? Because I could keep trying. No, it's okay. It's okay. So, like, mind y'all, Rooster's recording me and stuff like that. So, at this point, I'm thinking, like, Rooster's the cool one. But at this point, I already had it set in my mind. Like, this bitch would never see my face again. But anyway, I'm like, Rooster is the cool kind of one. So I'm like, she like, girl, you got an Instagram? So I'm like, yeah. So I give her my Instagram. She follows me. I click to follow her. My page is private. I mean, my page is open, and for the most part, it's always open. So hers was private. So I put a follow request in. She like, okay, I see you. Got you. Bitch never accepted it. She never accepted the request. So she's recording me. Like, we're recording each other. Like, you know, recording stuff like that to the music. And on this day, I decided, you know, it was a cute one of me and her, and she looked decent. And because I ain't gonna put nothing where somebody look crazy either. That's another reason why I had never posted a video where she was in, because she didn't look too decent, and I'm not that type of person that's gonna have you out here looking crazy. So I posted it, right? So I posted it on my Instagram, and she's like, oh, that one's cute. Can you send it to me? Like, you know. And I'm like, all right. She's like, you could DM it to me, or you could text me. Like, here, just text me. I'ma DM it to you, bitch. You ain't even accept my friend request, but whatever. So yeah, so she posted stuff on her Instagram too. Like, she's posting stuff, but mind you, I can't see it because, again, she had not accepted my request, and we're gonna get there. So I could see that she's viewing my stuff too. That's the crazy part. But anyway, neither here nor there. So yeah, so we was at the place. So next thing you know, like, the police came and they shut it down. So everybody had to leave. So the niggas, they was like, okay, well, this ain't where we sleeping at. We my other homeboy, he has an Airbnb. Like, y'all still want to kick it and chill for a little while. So at this point, it's already kind of late anyway. She was like, yeah, they said we gonna go eat or whatever, and then we could go kick it. So we end up, the boy was like, he need gas money. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, how do you need gas money? Like, bro, what? So I'm just thinking, like, wow, that's crazy. The nigga that you are having intercourse with is gonna charge you $20 to come into his party, and he charge you gas money for what? Because he's not taking you anywhere. He didn't take you anywhere. You didn't ask him for, I was confused as hell, but whatever. So she ended up giving him the gas money, and she asked me, she was like, Symone, do you have money to put in on a bottle? Like, we're gonna put it in a bottle. Like, mind you, I'm like, I don't even want to drink. I'm like, because it's already late and I'm far as hell away from home. But I'm like, I don't want to drink because I'm like, girl, I'm cool on drinking. I already had like 1 cup there. I'm like, I don't want to drink because it's late. I'm like, I'm far away from home. I'm gonna have to do a lot of driving. Like, I ain't even trying to drink no more. So she's like, okay, but do you still have money to put in on the bottle? I said, no, because I'm not drinking. And she was like, I know, but it's still like, we want to get a bottle, like, and you're here, so I don't see why you can't put in. And then Bigfoot was like, yeah, girl, it's just a little change to put in on the bottle. So I was like, okay, but I'm not drinking, so I'm not about to put in on the bottle. Like, you know, and she was just like they looked at each other like annoyed. So I'm just like, whatever. So Rooster was like, girl, I would put in for you, but I only got enough money to put in for myself. She was like, why you just don't want to put in? So I'm like, because I'm not drinking. Why would I put in on a bottle if I'm not drinking the bottle? I'm not gonna even take a sip of this bottle. I'm not even gonna sniff the bottle. I ain't even gonna touch the bottle. Bitch, I ain't even gonna look at the motherfucking bottle. Why would I put in money on something I'm not finna drink? I don't give a fuck. Like, just because I'm here, that's make no sense. So we end up going to the next location, right? We get to the next location. At this point, I'm not even feeling it. The whole car right there was just very fucking awkward. Like, it was quiet as hell. For one, ain't no stores around here. So is he gonna charge y'all to drink some of his alcohol and you want me to put in for that? Because, bitch, I'm not even drinking no way. So we get to the place. When we get to the place, it was so fucking weird, okay? It was weird. It was another nice house, but it was so fucking weird. So it was like some bitches there was walking around. Like, when I tell y'all, and it was like 2 girls walking around and thongs and no bra, just naked, right, barefoot and all. So, and another girl, she was just like in her panties and bra. And we get there, when I tell you, Uzi was so happy. Like, the girls was like, hey, you guys, like, hey. And I'm like, hey, like, you know, whatever. So we get in there and we sitting down. They was like, y'all want to go outside? Like, y'all want to go outside and chill, like, and drink? Like, we got some alcohol out there, whatever. And then he went over there to her and was like, did you get the money? Like, did you get the money? And she was just like, she don't want to put in. Like, you know, I could hear this conversation. And I'm just like, so I went over there. I was like, yeah, I'm not drinking. So I'm not putting in on a bottle if I don't plan on drinking. I got to drive home. So he like, oh, where do you live? Like, you live far? You could just stay the night. Everybody's staying the night here. I'm like, I'm not staying the night here. And she was just like, Symone, like, chill. And I'm like, chill? Like, why people want to tell me to chill when I ain't did shit wrong? So I'm just like, I'm not turned up. Like, you know, I laughed it off too. Because sometimes you have to laugh it off. And I'm like, I'm not even turned up right now. Like, I'm good. Like, you know, I'm good. I'm like, I'm just saying I don't drink. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah, because we got bottles. But, you know, we ain't finna just be, it would make no sense for us to be drinking our shit and everybody want to drink some and then put in on it. And I'm like, yeah, that's, I guess if that's how you roll. I said, but I ain't drinking that. So he was like, oh, okay, no, that's cool, that's cool. So then the nigga that she was messing with, after they all put in on the bottle, and they was just weird. When I tell y'all, they was weird. Even Rooster was just like coming over there, and she was like, girl, so like, you sure you don't want to drink? Like, you know, if you don't put in now, like, you're not gonna be able to get none. And I'm just like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I was just like, bitch, I don't want to drink. Like, you know, I'm like, okay, cool. So at this point, I'm already irritated. I'm texting my sister like, girl, I'm ready to fucking go. So I asked him, I'm like, how long we plan on being here? Y'all, and plus the situation was weird too. Not just because the girls was walking around naked, but that was weird. But, okay, so the nigga that she was talking to, he ended up, like, coming back with the bottle. And then it was, like, 2 niggas upstairs. And okay, so it was 2 boys upstairs, the 3 girls downstairs, the 2 with thongs and no top, and then the girl in the panties and bra, and then us, right? And then the boy that she talked to and one of his homies, and then it was 2 other boys upstairs. So, and it was another girl upstairs too. So when the 2 boys, they came downstairs in robes, and then the other girl, she came downstairs and she had on like a big t-shirt. So she came downstairs and she was just like, called one of the girls' name and was like, it's your turn. So the girl's like, can I bring her? And she was like, okay. So then they go upstairs. So we left downstairs with the girl that's just in her panties and bras. And then the girl with the big t-shirt, she went and disappeared somewhere else in the house. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So one of the boys with the robes came downstairs and called the guy she was talking to, and the other one, he was like, come in. Come on. Like, you better come in on this. Like, you better come on. Y'all already missed out. Because those 2 boys that was in the robes, they wasn't at the first place. So I'm just like, this shit is weird. So they went, and they was like, they gonna go in another room. Like, the girl with the panties and bra, she was like, do y'all want to come? But at this point, we was still, like, in this one little area of the house. But outside, it was like, that's where they was like really sitting down and drinking. It was like a little bonfire pit thingy. And they was like, the girls was like, you want to come outside? So I stayed in the house. Like, I stayed in a little house by myself. So I get on the phone with my sister at this point. I'm like, bitch, this shit is weird as fuck. It's some weird shit going on in this motherfucking house. I'm like, they are taking turns fucking. Like, I ain't got time for this. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm about to tell them I'm about to leave. Like, I'm cool. I'm finna go. I'm about to tell them, like, y'all ready to go? You go, because I'm ready to go. So this one boy, he done come downstairs, like, and he was just, I ain't even seen him. I don't know where he came from. This is my first time seeing him. He like, why you ready to leave? Like, why you ready to leave? You ain't even went yet. I said, I ain't went where yet? He was like, why are you acting like that? Like, why you ain't outside with them? Why you not having fun? Why you not drinking? Like, you didn't want to put it in on the bottle? Yo, but I'm just like, if one more motherfucking person asks me about putting it on this motherfucking bottle, I'm going to scream. Like, and I was just confused because I'm like, I don't know what type of niggas y'all fuck with, but a nigga, please put it on a fucking bottle. But anyway, so I'm just like, I'm not drinking. So I'm back on the phone talking to my sister like, girl, yeah, it's weird as fuck here. With him right there, and he was like, why you think it's weird? Like, why you think it's weird? Mind you, these niggas supposedly big from Texas, ain't had no Texas accent. So I'm just like, I'm on the phone. And he was just like, I know you on the phone, but like, why you think it's weird? Like, you just need to loosen up. He's like, if you want to just drink, you know, just, you know, let them know, get them the money, they'll give you some drink, you know, you can loosen up, have fun. When it's your turn, you be good. So I just started ignoring him because I'm just like, man, I'm accustomed the next motherfucker out who asked me about putting in on this motherfucking bottle. So I'm just talking to my sister. She's like, girl, yeah, just leave if you want to leave. So I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna wait till they come back in the house and I'm gonna tell them I'm finna, like, if they ready to go. So because she like, oh, okay, so they taking favors. So I ended up hitting a girl up like on IG because I didn't want to go outside because I didn't know exactly where they was at outside because I had never went out there in the first place. So I hit her up because mind you, I don't got her number, and I'm like, hey, y'all ready to go? Like, I'm ready to go. I'm tired, like, you know. So she like never replied to me, but she left me on scene. At this point, of course, this whole time, I'm not gonna say at this point, this whole time, you could hear some freak ass shit going on upstairs, like some crazy shit, because mind you, at this time, it's like 4 niggas, 2 girls upstairs. It's a lot of noise going on. So I'm just like, you know what, she didn't hit me. So I'm on the phone with my sister. I'm like, I'm finna go outside. I'm finna go, oops, I turned my flashlight on. I'm finna go outside. I'm finna go find her. So I go outside and they outside. Why when I go outside, these motherfuckers is in their panties and bras just like the girl? I was just like, what the fuck? This some weird shit. Mind you, it's cold outside. It is fucking cold. I had took my heels off, so I'm barefoot. So I'm like, y'all, I'm tired, I'm ready to go. So they like, we're not ready to go. And then Bigfoot just like, girl, why are you ready to go? Like, you ready to go? Like, you know, you don't even gotta go. Like, you could just drink and we could just spend the night here. It's a lot of rooms here. I'm like, nah, I'm not spending the night here. I'm ready to go. It's a lot of weird shit going on anyway. Like, I'm tired. And they like, weird? What's weird? Like, what's weird about niggas with money? Niggas with money that's charging you $20 to come into an Airbnb and trying to make you put in on a fucking cup. Whatever. So I was just like, I'm tired. You know, I'm not even finna go there with them. So then Rooster was like, if you wanted to get something to drink, like, you could have a little bit of mine, like, you know. And then Bigfoot was like, yeah, if it's a money problem. First of all, bitch, I ain't never even asked none of you hoes for a lick of gas money. It is not a fucking money problem. I just don't want to fucking drink. Like, you know, so I'm just like, whoo, like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Then Yuzi was just like, girl, your energy been off the whole night. If you didn't want to come out tonight, you could have just said that. Like, you could have just gave us a ride here if you didn't want to come out tonight, and we could have just called you to come get us. I said, girl, what the fuck do I look like giving y'all a ride to come to a party and then picking y'all up? I'm like, I'm not your fucking Uber. Like, you know, at this point, it came out. I'm like, I'm not y'all Uber. And she was like, I'm not saying that. She was like, it's like money is an issue. Like, you didn't have money to come out or something. So I said, girl, I was the one who reached in my purse about to pay $20 when they said $20 at the door. You the one snuck us through the back door because you clearly didn't have the money. I said, why would I put in money to drink off of a fucking little ass bottle that y'all all getting a sip out of when I don't want to fucking drink? Like, you know, she was just like, girl. And then Bigfoot was like, there she go, there she go. I knew it was still in you. Y'all, when I was just like, what the fuck? So Rooster is like, Symone, come on, like let's just turn up. I'm like, I'm not turning up. And I'm like, and why is y'all fucking naked outside? It's cold as fuck. I was like, it's a lot of weird shit going on in this house. I'm like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm finna go. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm like, if y'all want to ride home, then come on now. But if not, then I'm finna go. So she was like, you really gonna just leave us? Like, that's fucked up. You really gonna just leave us? Like, you knew the plan was to come to the party and spend the night. I said, the plan was never to spend the night. I ain't never told you I was ever gonna spend the night nowhere. that was never the fucking plan. So I'm like, so I guess y'all don't want to ride because I'm finna go. And she was like, man, why can't you just wait? So at this point, the boy came outside and he was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Like, you good? Like, you need a drink because you doing too much. She was already doing too much in there. So I said, yeah, it's time for me to go. I'm like, because y'all weird. I'm like, I ain't nobody even talking to you. Like, nobody's talking to you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. So he's just like, I'm just saying, like, she the only one that, you know, you the only one that's not drinking and you the only one that's turned up. Like, it ain't even your turn yet. So I'm like, and what the fuck is he even talking about? And she was like, girl, stop tripping. And then Uzi gonna say, I don't know, it's just chill. She's good, it's just, you know, she probably don't have the money to put in on the bottle. So I said, bitch, put in on what fucking bottle? Y'all are all sipping out of a little ass fucking cup that he probably poured into a fucking cup 3 ways for y'all. Like, what the fuck? And I said, and you talking about niggas with money, why is niggas making you put in on a fucking bottle? Like, what the fuck is you even talking about? Y'all, so it was just really making me mad because it's like I'm the one turned up arguing. I was really getting mad because it's like I was the only one turned up arguing and they was just being like so like calm but annoyed with me. Like, girl, if you don't have money, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? And I get loud and people always be like, why are you yelling? Because I am mad, and that's how I talk. When I get mad or when it's just like, you need to listen, I need you to understand, for some reason I get louder, and it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with somebody not comprehending, but I don't know, it just happens. So they like, why are you yelling? Bigfoot like, see, you the same way. I thought like we could be cool. I said, bitch, didn't nobody even fucking invite you? I'm like, I didn't even know. I'm like, if I would have known you was getting in my car from jump, I would have said no. Like, you know, she was like, whoa, bitch, it don't even gotta go there. It don't even gotta go there. And Rooster was like, Symone, let's just turn up. I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm leaving. Bye. So I'm like, start walking, and Yuzi start walking to the car. And she was like, well, I got to go get my stuff out the car. And she was just like, girl, what's going on? Like, why are you doing that? These niggas got money. They're going to pay us. Like, they're going to give us some money. I said, they're going to give you what money? I said, I heard him ask you for gas money. For what? And I'm like, he's trying to make us pay $20. I'm surprised we didn't have to pay a cover fee to come into here. And I was all like, and you're going in on a bottle. And she was like, girl, like, no, for real, Symone, for real? Like, look at me. She was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe, she was like, you should never drunk too much at the last place. Bitch, I had 1 cup. She was like, but listen to me. Is it a money thing? Do you need me to go in your half of the bottle? Yeah. When I said this, I was like, get your shit out of my car. I'm finna go. Because at this point, I'm just like, no. I don't know. Like, I'm like, is this a joke? Is this a fucking joke? And I said, girl, get out of my car. I said, I never even asked you for gas money. How was it an issue? I said, you was the one at Barry's, couldn't afford a fucking drink, and you was the one begging a nigga to buy you a bottle. She gonna say, wow, that's good to know that's how you felt this whole time. It's not that's how I felt this whole time, bitch. I was stating the obvious. You couldn't afford a drink, and you was telling me I shouldn't have buy a drink at Barry's, and you was begging a nigga to buy a bottle who was at a fucking liquor store medical shop. Like, so she was just like, whatever, like, you know, whatever, like, we gonna have fun, we gonna turn up. And that's why, like, I be around niggas with money. Like, I know how to be around niggas. So at this point, it's starting up the car, and I'm just like, you got your stuff? And she like, wow, like, that's fucked up. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, because, girl, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. So I was like, whatever. I called my sister. I'm on the phone talking shit all the way home. I got lost in the motherfucking hills. Signal is bad. So I'm barely like, fuck, let me call her back. Let me not hit a deer. Let me call her back. Like, you know, I'm just so fucking irritated. When I finally, like, God, I'm just talking so much shit. I was so pissed. Like, I was so mad. She was like, girl, don't let them get to you. Them bitches is weird as fuck. Like, you know, and that's what just made me click and think, like, you know, like, bitch, you probably never fucking liked me or whatever, because you really was just using me for a ride. Especially for you to say I could have gave y'all a ride and came and got y'all when I was done. Bitch, who the fuck I look like, your mama? The fuck? So y'all, anyway, when I was saying how Rooster never accepted my friend request, this whole time I'm thinking Rooster was the only one that was kind of cool, kind of slow, but kind of cool. Y'all, why somebody, and mind y'all, even though I said she looked decent, she still always kept the little Rooster little paintbrush ponytail. Why somebody had hit me up and was like, hey, you know, and she said Rooster, of course, her real name. She like, you know her? I'm like, no, who is that? And then I thought about it, I'm like, oh, like, I know who you're talking about. Like, I was at a party with her yesterday. She was like, girl, and she screenshotted where she had posted a video of me and her on her story, and she was like, you cannot meet new friends, bitches be broke. Y'all, When I tell y'all, I was like, what the fuck? So I started hitting her up. I'm like, you weird ass, bald headed ass bitch. I'm like, delete me off your motherfucking page. Bitches be broke. I'm like, bitch, you the one was sitting here at Barry's talking about something. I wish I could afford a drink. I wish I could do this. I wish. Bitch, you wish you were a motherfucking star. You wish you motherfucking had some hair to put in that motherfucking ponytail. That's what you should have wished, bitch. Make a wish, asshole. But anyway, so I'm just like, what? I was so mad. She was just leaving me on scene. She never said nothing back. And then what's it called? Uzi had hit me up and had the nerve and hit me up the next day. Had the nerve and was like, oh my god, these niggas is weird as hell. She was all like, they're not trying to give us a ride home. Do you think you could come get us? And she was like, and also girl, like my phone is off. I'm using Wi-Fi. She was like, do you think I could borrow $20? Bitch, what? So I was like, LOL. All I put was LOL. And she was just like, LOL. She was like, girl, you should be lucky as fuck that I'm even hitting you up. You're fake as fuck for even leaving us there. How you gonna leave your friends when we came? She gonna say, when you come together, you leave together. And you left us there. All you had to do was sit there and fucking wait. She was like, but you was fake as fuck. And I should have known not to fuck with you. She was like, from jump when my homegirl told me about how y'all got into it back in the day. She was like, I should have known not to fuck with you, bitch. She was like, you ain't nothing good before a ride. Da 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 da. Like she was talking all this shit. Y'all, she was talking all this shit and I was just like, yo, at this point I could just laugh. I said, laughing my ass off. I said, hopefully you could find your way down. I said, hopefully you could find your way down the hill and make it home, boo. Like, you know, and I put a kiss face and she was just like, LOL, you're funny as fuck. You're fake. Like, you're fake. You're fake. Like, you know, and I'm just like, I kept sending the clapping emojis because it's like, girl, what the how am I fake? What? Because I left for when I gave y'all so many times to say y'all wanted to come. Y'all didn't want to fucking come. And then that's what she had the nerve to say too. When I was leaving y'all, I forgot. She had the nerve to say that too. She was all like, well, when she was like getting herself out the car, she was like, well, since you're leaving, do you think you're going to give us money for an Uber? Like, you going to call us an Uber to go home when we're ready? And I said, why the fuck would I do that? Bitch, I'm giving you a ride home for free at this time. You don't want to take it. That's not my fucking problem. I said, ask them rich niggas for an Uber. Oh. So, yeah. That was it, y'all. And it's crazy because I was so confused. And it's crazy because, like, at that point, I don't know why I didn't unfollow her or nothing like that on Instagram. I really did not unfollow her. She ended up hitting me up after, like, probably, like, after that day and was just like, girl, I don't know what happened. I was drunk. And she was like, Rooster was on my account. So anything you seen, that wasn't me. That was that fake-ass bitch Rooster. Like, da-da-da-da. Did you see what she was posting about you on her page? You know, and I just left it on scene. I had never said nothing back because it's like, bitch, that was you. That was you. Like, you want to say you was drunk. Then she had sent another message talking about some they roofied them and that's good, I did not drink. And if they was acting any type of way, they don't remember because they had drugged. Like, you know, she was saying that. And she was just like, yeah, girl, so if it was anything, like, that's not, I promise you, that's not how I act, da-da-da. Everything she just kept saying, I was leaving it on scene. Then it would be like, hey, girl, let's go to lunch. Left it on scene. Hey, girl. And I don't know why I did not follow her. So one day I was at the mall. I was at the Fox Hills. And I was with my sister. And I was in a store. And I seen her, and she looked at me, and she, like, did a smile, like she was gonna walk towards me. And I must have turned my head and talked to my sister, like, da-da-da-da. Like, if she would have come to me, it really would have been kept it lit. Like, I looked and not even said shit to you. But she didn't say nothing to me. And then next thing you know, she just unfollowed me after that day. Like, I had checked my followings app, and she hadn't followed me. And I'm just like, bitch, you should have been unfollowing me. I was leaving her on scene because it was like, girl, I had no time. Like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. How you do some weird shit, say you was using somebody, then come back and say it wasn't you, then say it was you but you was drugged, but then say, hey, let's hang out. Then it was just too much. And I know y'all probably like, girl, you be coming across some weird ass people. And I fucking do. And it's sad because I still be meeting new people. But lately, I ain't been coming across no weird people. I come across good people because I could just tell the vibes. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Pay attention to that. Somebody who always needs you for something. Like, it was even times, like, she'll really just hit me up like, hey, can you give me a ride here? Like, you know, but I wouldn't do it. But y'all, pay attention to that. Like, bitch, I hope you got a car now, so you ain't gotta fucking try to make friends with your weird ass and use people for fucking rides. You or Bigfoot, hopefully, or Rooster, hopefully y'all got a car. Maybe, hopefully, y'all go build a car. I don't fucking know. Hopefully, y'all could go get some of those fucking Metro bikes and ride to y'all locations, so y'all ain't gotta use people and be weird, because that shit was weird. But anyway, I know this video was long, and y'all probably gonna be happy about that, because y'all be liking long videos. I was about to apologize. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and edit it so I can get it up to y'all. So that was the end of this story time, y'all. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because why are you here? if you're not gonna do that, give a girl a thumbs up and comment down below. And don't forget to follow me on all my socials. That's linked down below as well. Bye.